Combining Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz ultra-low latency latency the new HyperX Cloud MIX Buds true wireless earbuds offer a different take on the gaming audio experience. And coming in at $150, are these the way to go for your next gaming audio purchase? Well, let's dive in and check it out. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys, and today we do have the HyperX Cloud MIX Buds. Now this isn't the first time we've gone hands-on with true wireless earbuds for gaming. We also tried out the EPOS GTW270, and these really offer a unique experience when coming to gaming audio. So it does come with a little 2.4 GHz adapter, the same kind of thing that you would see with a wireless gaming headset. And this is going to make it work with PC, which is mainly where I was testing it. And it's also going to work with PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and also Android devices, so that USB-C connection on here is really versatile. And then also in the box we do have this little dock as well as a USB-A to USB-C cable. So this kind of works as a kind of in-between from like your PC or your PlayStation to the USB-C dongle, if you don't have a USB-C port on your particular device. It does also come with 2 additional sets of silicone ear tips to try to get the right size and the right comfort for your ears. And then let's take a look at the charging case. It kind of comes with this like silicone cover on it that is removable. And then HyperX also sent along an additional decorative charging case cover as well. So this, I believe, is 3D printed. This isn't like an actual production thing or a real example of what's going to be available, but they just wanted to demonstrate that there could be third-party covers on here that could just slip on over as well. And so there could be some customization options there with different covers. And without the rubber cover, the case is very simple. On front is a HyperX logo with a small LED status light that will glow to show the status of the battery's charge, as well as flash blue when in Bluetooth pairing mode. On the back is a single button that can be used to check the status of the battery, as well as enter the Bluetooth pairing mode. On bottom is a USB-C port for charging the case. It's also kind of interesting that the case doesn't really sit flat without its rubber cover. The earbuds themselves have that kind of AirPod-inspired style with arms that come down towards the user's mouth. There's a small HyperX logo on the outside and a single touch capacitive button on each earbud, kind of up near the top. So overall, a very simple design, nothing too crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary here. And so now moving on to comfort, with true wireless earbuds, I think it's very subjective. It's going to be very, user-based and kind of different for every single person. And I think even more so than like over-the-ear headphones. I feel like those are a little bit more universal, but earbuds are going to be a little bit more specific to different people. So for me, I actually felt like I had a hard time finding a really comfortable fit with these. For it to get like a good seal in my ear, I kind of felt like I had to push it pretty far in there, and that would make the body of the earbud kind of make contact with the rest of my ear, and that would be kind of fatiguing after a while. So as an example of what I mean with that, compared with some other earbuds, I have the Earfun Free Pro. These are super cheap, but actually really good wireless earbuds for the price. And I find these to be very comfortable, in comparison to what I'm finding with the HyperX Cloud MIX Buds. And the reason for that, I'll get some close-ups here, but you can see that the stem on the Earfun Pro is a little bit longer before it actually gets to the body of the actual earbuds. So it feels like there's more room with that to actually push it kind of in my ear to get a good seal before the body of the earbud is making contact with my ear. And so for me personally, these are a much more comfortable earbud. And unfortunately for me, the Cloud MIX Buds do get fatiguing after even a couple hours of use. But that is going to be completely subjective. It's going to be different for everybody. That is just my experience. All right, and moving on. So we do have those 2 different connection modes. We have the wireless dongle, which obviously lets it work with PS4, PS5, PC, which is where I did a lot of my testing with the dongle, and then also Nintendo Switch, and then we have Bluetooth 5.2. So Bluetooth 5.2 is great for gaming on the go, and while it's not going to be as kind of low latency or latency free as the 2.4 gigahertz connection, Bluetooth 5.2 is about as good as you can get. My only complaint with the Bluetooth is that it can't be used simultaneously with that 2.4 gigahertz connection. If you are connected via Bluetooth and you plug in the dongle to, I tested on my PC, so when I plugged it into my PC, the 2.4 gigahertz connection would override the Bluetooth and I would lose that connection to my phone. And having that combination of Bluetooth and wireless connections simultaneously is something that I really love on gaming headsets, especially with Xbox. And so I was a little bit bummed to not see that on here. Now HyperX kind of describes this this as like a feature, saying like it's a way to kind of switch back and forth between Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz. The only part of that is kind of an issue for me is that if you are, playing on a PC or some other device and you pull out the dongle, it doesn't automatically, at least on my phone, it won't automatically connect to the earbuds. I have to go into settings in the Bluetooth, find them, and then click on them to actually get it to connect. So, it's not that big of a deal, but it is a minor inconvenience. Going the other way around, when you are on Bluetooth and you plug in the dongle, it will automatically connect to and override. So that is kind of a nice feature. And moving on to how do they sound, there is an app with EQ settings we'll get into here in a minute, but with the EQ turned off, the sound is full and powerful. It's a lot of fun. The low end sound is huge thanks to the 12mm drivers. It hits low all the way through the bass notes and Solar Sailor from the Tron Legacy soundtrack. And the impressive 10 Hz to 20.4 thousand Hz frequency response on paper ends up hitting really hard when in use. Highs are also bright and clear, but never harsh. Cymbals and vocals, and on the gaming sides, gunshots and voice audio cues all come through clearly. And in this default form, it seems to have a fairly neutral EQ, maybe with a little bit of a boost in the low end. Gaming headsets can often have some tweaked frequencies, either in the mids and highs for more clarity when you are gaming, or kind of in the low end for a little bit more immersion and body, but the neutrality in here is really nice and makes it like a multi-purpose pair of earbuds. Stereo separation and positioning are also commendable for both listening to music and gaming. Playing the new season of Battlefield 2042, I felt that I could accurately tell where opponents were and pick out footsteps and other key audio cues when necessary. If you want more of an edge though, there is plenty of deep audio customization from the Ingenuity app, which is available for iOS, Windows, and I believe has Android support coming soon as well. So let's dive into the Ingenuity app. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be out for Windows yet. The earbuds are just going live right now. This was a pre-embargo review. They said it was going to be available last week, and it isn't yet. So the only audio control that we've had on it so far has been through the iOS app. So when the app becomes available for PC, we might do another video highlighting those features within the Ingenuity app, because I do believe there's a little bit more functionality inside there. But this app does enable customizing the earbuds. Upon opening the app, there is a quick reference image for battery levels. In the upper right is a settings tab that shows the name, firmware version, and app version. Going back to the main screen, under the status section are the controls for EQ. There's a quick on-off toggle and the ability to swipe between the two default EQ settings. For more EQ control, tap on the name of the EQ, and here's an area to create and edit presets. Creating a preset and adjusting the EQ in the app works well to customize the sound, but there is a bit of a delay while the new settings are being applied. You can easily add a ridiculous amount of bass or really crank up the high end for more clarity. But it would be nice to know how much the frequencies are being adjusted by a boost or cut. Thankfully, these EQ adjustments are persistent through connections though. I made some tweaks on the iOS app, and when I connected it again to the 2.4 GHz dongle on my PC, the same EQ settings were present. Additionally, the touch controls can be customized from the app. There are adjustments for a single, double, and triple tap, as well as a long touch. By default, the long touch was disabled, so I changed this to control the volume. Another handy feature here is that they do have ear detection, so when you take out an earbud to, if you need to talk to somebody for a minute, it will auto-detect that it has been removed, and it will pause the music or any sort of media. Only downside here is it seems to take about 2 seconds to activate that, at least on my iPhone 8, so it's a little bit of a bummer that it takes that long to actually actuate, but it does work really well in my experience. And of course, these have a microphone as well. We are recording on my iPhone 8 through the Voice Memos app, and so you can get a good idea of what it sounds like. It's nothing to write home about here. It's pretty in par with a lot of other true wireless earbuds, though. Kind of gets a little bit more echoey, and they can use software to try to remove some of the echo and remove some of background noise, but just the overall quality, because it is kind of removed from your mouth so far, it's not going to be great. And then we'll also test it over on my PC as well, so you can hear how that 2.4 gigahertz connection sounds. All right, so here we're recording through Audition on my PC using the Cloud MIX Buds with the microphone, so hopefully you can get a good idea of what this sounds like. And so when I was playing with my friends, they could definitely tell that I was using a different microphone when I hopped on with these, and so that wasn't really a great experience. So I pretty quickly switched over to the Deity mic that I usually use. So while the microphone will work, and it will work in a pinch, this is something that didn't even work on the EPOS GTW 270. It's not the greatest when it comes to microphones for communications when you are playing with your squad. So definitely something to keep in mind. It'll do it, but if you are on a PC,
you might want to look for some sort of other audio capture device.
In conjunction with the mic, using true wireless earbuds like these just kind of give a different experience when it comes to gaming. It's kind of like when you have your ears plugged, you can hear yourself a little bit louder. It's kind of boomy, kind of reverberates around in your head and in your ears a little bit more. It's that same kind of feeling. So even things like, coughing or clearing your throat or even eating or drinking water, that all becomes a little bit more audible when you are wearing these earbuds. So it's a little bit different of a gaming experience. And while that might eliminate the need for mic monitoring, like I said, it's just a little bit different. And moving on to battery life, HyperX claims 10 hours on the earbuds max and another additional 23 with the charging case. And that is in the Bluetooth mode. When it comes to the low latency wireless with the dongle, that battery life goes down closer to 6 hours, with I believe another 15 additional hours from the charging case. And while that might not be enough for, some endurance gaming sessions for some gamers out there, that was definitely plenty for me. As I mentioned, even after a couple of hours, my ears were starting to get a little bit of fatigue from these earbuds. And also, notably, that is a little bit more than the EPOS gaming earbuds, the GTW270. I think those come in at 5 hours of battery life for the earbuds themselves. And that is going to vary a little bit based on, how loud you're listening to these. So definitely something to keep in mind there. So putting this all together, personally, I don't think that these earbuds are for me. I mean, my main gripe really is the comfort. I just don't think they fit my ears very well. On the other side, I think that they sound really good. I like the functionality that's built into the app. It has more battery life than the EPOS earbuds, but it's not something that I want to use for, many hours when I am gaming. And I can also see how they would fit a specific need, though, or specific setup. If you hate over-ear headphones, if you hate cables, and if you want something that's discreet, like when you're streaming, you don't like the look of headphones, you want something that's really small, just in your ear, then these tick a lot of those boxes, and they sound really good with those deep audio controls as well. So for $150, with that versatility of 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth 5.2, if you are looking for true wireless earbuds meant for gaming, then I do think that these will do very well for you. I like the sound, and I like the deep audio controls. And hopefully they fit you better than they fit me. All right, and that'll do it for our review. If you want to check out some other videos, check out the EPOS GTW270 as well as our most recent video. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.